Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. K-Wise.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real2reel360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to porn. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Peace and blessings to Allah's mighty 5% nation, the God's nurse to all the human families on the planet Earth. I give you a high peace, salute of love, peace, and happiness. I am DJ K-Wise Allah, aka Kato, the Black Superhero. Welcome you into the next episode of Real2reel360. Before we get into it, I'd like to thank everybody for their well wishes and prayers and thoughts on our mother. Right now, you know, just doing what we got to do. So I'm going to bounce right now and take care of some more business. I'm going to bring on my co-host with the most, none other than my baby brother, so we can get this exciting episode in. My pardon and my apologies that I won't be here, but I'm here in the flesh and in thought and in mental capacity. So let's get it on.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. For all individuals who are tuned in today, make sure that you share this live right here, this interview, because it's definitely is going to be impactful. We have a great artist on today. We have none other than Mr. Nitty Greene. Let's bring him in. Peace, brother. How you doing today, man?
Peace and blessings to you, man. What's going on with you?
Man, I can't complain, bro. I can't complain, man. Like you said, you know, my mom's is down low right now. She's down. Peace to all those who are starting to chime in the comment section. My sister Lynn, and also for those who are writing in the Real2reel group. I can't see exactly who the Facebook user is, but hello, good evening to you. And DJ Chelsea, thank you for chiming in. But I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself, Mr. Nitty, and let our followers and fans know exactly who you are.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nitty Greene. It's a stage name that was given to me many years ago, and I just went with it. Out of Jersey. You may have, I don't know, remember me, man. I first got my start singing in the bathroom. If you've seen the movie Lean on Me, those 5 guys that was in the bathroom that had to sing the school song, that Fair East Side, man, I was one of those guys singing the group riff. And that'll be me, Nitty Greene. That's where we first got our start, man. And that's what I got for you right now. What's going on, man?
Man, yo, I tell you, it's crazy because like all of us who watched the Lean on Me and everything else, and we watched those 5 guys in the bathroom, and then you know, a lot of individuals try to remake that type of situation and that type of sound. How was it to be in that movie, being so young and having that part in that movie?
Man, listen, you know, it's funny, man, like growing up Patterson, New Jersey, man, and you know, going on to high school, because we actually went to that school, East Side High School back in Patterson, New Jersey. We were, you know, part of that.
Right.
I don't know, man. I say a dream come true, bro. You know what I mean? It was a dream come true. Like first of all, we didn't know that this was actually going to happen. Like we were just kids growing up, man. We got into high school, and I can bring it to the forefront on how it was there at the time, man. Principal Joe Clark, man, he was a heavy guy that was like real big on education at the time. Before we got there, he had already thrown out like 200 and something kids. So we knew what we were getting into, man. We had to come in there, keep our heads on straight, or, he was going to toss you up out of there. As a matter of fact, when we first got there, he held a assembly, called everybody in the school down to the office, to the auditorium, and told us, he was like, listen, welcome to Eastside High School. He said, but as you know, as you heard, I just threw out 200 something students, man. He said, and believe me, he said, if you come in here with the mind of goofing around, not going to your class, not keeping your grades up and stuff like that, I will toss you up out of here. He said, also, you have to know this school song that we have here. He said, I will stop you. You know what I mean? He said, I know each and every one of you. And he did. He knew everybody in the school by their name. I don't know how he did it. I think he was a robot. I'm not sure. He wasn't from here. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. But he knew everybody by name, man. It's like 2,000 students, man. He could call you by name. And hey, man, when the opportunity came, man, we stood up, man, and we did our thing, as you can see, man.
Definitely did your thing. I tell you, it's funny because growing up, I'm saying 5%ers, there's always been rumors about that East Side high school situation.
Yeah.
and the individuals that that was tossed out of there. But how did the part of y'all being in the movie come about? What was like? How did that come about?
All right. Well, as I said, Mr. Clark had a thing about knowing this school song, man. You had to learn it, put it in your soul, man, because he can, call on you at any time. And if you didn't know it, he would toss you out, just like he said. He'd give you a couple of days, 3 days, 5 days. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? He'll do the whole 21 days. You get suspended. You got to start the year over, depending on how he felt at the time. This is the type of guy he was. He was shaking it up. You know what I mean? He wanted. I don't know. I'm not sure if he was a military guy. I'm not sure what Mr. Clark was, but he ruled with an iron. I want to say with a baseball bat, man. It was more like it's no foolishness. He walked around with a bullhorn. But we got our shot at being in the movie because one day, I don't know. I want to say Mr. Clark called me to his office, and Riff wasn't even a group, a R&B group at the time. We was, like 5 guys, man, that sang locally in our city. Or we go up the tri-state, up 95, singing quartet gospel music, which is a form of music. We sing gospel music, but it was like 4 or 5 guys, and you know what I mean? We had a little band, and we go up 95 singing for all the churches. So people knew that we sang, but I don't know. Mr. Clark called me to his office, man, and was like, hey, Mr. Best, I had, he had 2 girls in his office. He was like, which one of these girls are you dating? And I'm like, I'm not dating any of them. He was like, Mr. Best, you know what? I don't believe you. He said, you know what? He said, I want you to sing the school song. God, let me tell you, somehow or another, I got out of it. I told him, listen, I promise you I'll come back tomorrow. I'm gonna knock your socks off if you let me come back tomorrow and sing this song. Right? Dude, he looked at me and was like, okay. He said, because it's Secretary Day, he said, I'm gonna allow you to come back tomorrow and knock my socks off. I said, yeah. I said, you know, I'm gonna come back with the homies and we're gonna do something special for you. He said, go get the homies. Go get them. Go get the homies. He said, but if you don't come back tomorrow and knock my socks off, he said, I promise you, I'm gonna suspend you and only you for 20 days. And after that, you know, if you miss one more, he said, you got to repeat the whole year over. He said, I don't like playboys. He said, and you're a playboy, Mr. Best. Somehow I believe you're a playboy. He said, so come back tomorrow. Bro, I came back tomorrow with the fellas. It was myself and my cousins, Anthony and Dwayne. You know, we sat at their kitchen table, man. Ma Ruth, God rest her soul, you know, and we rehearsed like we always did on East 24th Street, man. We just got together, put a rendition of the school song together. We came back the next day, and he announced us. He was like, listen, ladies and gentlemen, rise. He treated this God like it was the national anthem. You understand what I'm saying? You had to rise and you had to sing the song. So, and they had an old way they used to sing it, you know, like the way the schools sing it at the time. It's like, fair east side high, by thy side will stand and always praise thy name. Real generic. You feel me?
Right.
Real opera choir style. And he said, rise for the national anthem, which is the alma mater, right? He said, rise for it. Bro, we went into Ferry Side. We went into that, right? And by the time we got finished, you heard the whole building roar, like we was in like a World Series, man. Like, you know what I mean? It was just, and you heard the claps in the whole building. Now, while we singing this song, Mr. Clark is walking down the aisle, like looking at us, man, like he was portrayed in the movie. You know, when we was doing it, how he walked down the aisle and was looking at us. He was looking at the three of us, because there was only three of us at the time. He's looking at us. After we finished, he said, ladies and gentlemen, he said, listen. He said, it appears that you guys enjoyed that. He said, I want you guys to learn it and sing it exactly like that from here on out, man. He said, you guys have rewritten our alma mater just like that, just the way it was played, but he said it to us then. After that, we became the stars of the building, you feel me? And then we ended up putting in my man Kenny Kelly, who was also in the gospel group, and my cousin Stephen Capers. We ended up putting them in the group at the time, and then Kenny came through and added his praise thy name, praise thy name. He started doing that, and then we added the all aboard, all aboard. We added all that stuff on the back end. So the second day we came back, it was 5 of us, and we did the full version that you guys know about today. So after that was done, like after the second day, Mr. Clark said to us, he says, I'm getting ready to have a movie done. To get to your question, he said, I'm getting ready to have a movie done. He said, I want you guys to be a part of it. We didn't believe him, dude. You know what I mean? We're like, all right. You know what I mean? You know, I want to say about 3-4 months went by. Mr. Clark got over the loudspeaker, you know. Now, at this time, you must know that Riff, back then, we was called the Playboys. He named us the Playboys. You know what I mean? So we went through the school year known as the Playboys. And people in the chat, if you're watching, you can vouch this, that went to school. Y'all know what it was. They called us the Playboys. We were, man, it was fun, man. We used to do the pet rallies, man. We was, there was groups made up at the school that was battling us after they found out that there was a movie going to be made.
Right.
You had cats putting together groups trying to battle us, man. It was crazy, but we still held it down. We had the crown. And Mr. Clark got over the loudspeaker one day and was like, listen, guys, check this out. I'm gonna be shadowed today. He said, I want you guys to straight up continue on your day normal. He said, but I'm gonna be shadowed by Mr. Morgan Freeman. Warner Brothers is in the building. Continue doing what you're doing. Don't make a fuss. He said, because I will suspend you. He said, just continue. It's hard, man. You got Morgan Freeman walking through your building. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, yo, the movie is going down. You know what I mean? So later on that day, we came down and Warner Brothers wanted us to sing the school song for him. We sang it for him. And Mr. Clark was like, I told you, write them in. And they wrote us in the movie. That's how we got our start, bro.
Man, that's an amazing story right there, man. Also, too, I want to make sure I salute everybody who's on the check-in, because everybody, like a lot of people's checking in. Miss Sharon Taylor, thank you for checking in.
Yeah.
My sister is in here, Lynn Myers, you know what I mean? I love you, sis. Big
right.
up to you. Deidre, she's in the building.
What's up?
Jazzy K. We got DJ Magic in the building. We got a lot of people in here today,
That's
man.
what's up, man.
Magic
Appreciate
Man is definitely in here. Thank you. Shout out to Lisa English, who was in the building as well.
Lisa.
Yes.
Lisa got it going on.
Man, Lisa's working, man. You know what I'm saying? Lisa's working, man. When you talk about somebody working, she's definitely working. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Definitely awesome. Now, when it came down to Riff, you know what I'm saying, outside of the movie and everything else, how did things transpire after the notoriety?
Oh, man, great question. Man, I don't know, man. After we filmed the movie, the writer, the producer of the movie, the writer of the movie, the executive producer of the movie, and I forgot another person. I forgot what he did for the movie, but formed a production company. And they signed everyone. They signed Riff. They signed the little fat kid Jermaine.
Yeah.
Shout outs to J Hops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jermaine Hopkins is his name. That's my brother, man. He just celebrated his 50th birthday. Last month we was down there celebrating with him. And Riff went down there, did the performance, man. We had a great time. Him and my brother Big Worm. Shout outs to them. They doing big things. But and the girl that was like, Mr. Clark don't play. The chick that got pregnant in the movie, her, and you know what I mean? They signed her. Karina, I forgot her last name, but they signed her. They signed a whole bunch of guys, but they begin to shop Riff for a record deal. That's what they did. You know what I mean? So they pretty much, by that time we had inquired a manager by the name of Skip Van Rensselaer, who was a social worker at the school. He became Pop to us. You know what I mean? Taught us how to be men, taught us how to speak, taught us how to. Everybody wanted to be Skip. You know what I mean? This is Mr. Big Dog. You dig? So he taught us how to be gentlemen, and taught us some songs because he was a songwriter as well. His son started the group Shy, Darnell Van Rensselaer. You know what I mean? So Darnell also went to Eastside High School. he used to sit in our rehearsals because we used to go to his house and rehearse. He used to sit and watch us sing. You know what I mean? He's watching. You know, he was a trumpet player back then, and you know what I mean. He was, you know, that's my brother. But yeah, he used to watch it. Then he left and went to Howard, and straight up created Shy. You know what I mean? But I guess the musical director, the producer of the movie formed this production company and shopped us a deal. That's what they did, and we went to a few record labels.
Mhm.
I think it was two. It was only two. We went to Tommy Boy Records and Mr. Silverman, I think his name was like, yo, he was like, I would love to sign you guys. He said, but I already got the Force and D's. He said, I already got the Force MDs. What's your image? Like, what would your image be?
Mhm.
All right, so he called in this woman, I guess she was working with the Force MDs at the time. And the Force MDs was like somebody that we looked up to. Like, we sang their songs in school, in the hallways. It was the Force MDs and New Edition and New Kids on the Block was the go-to songs, man, that we went to. And then like some of the, you know, the Temptations and the Four Tops and the OJs. This was our musical list that we had, groups that we patterned ourselves after. But we ended up getting a deal with SBK Records, man, and we went out to LA film. We pretty much did our album in 10 days, and our journey began, man. We just, you know, we dropped our first album CD at the time. I'm talking
Yeah,
album, but
yeah.
it was our first CD. We dropped our
Right.
first CD, and we had a couple of top 10 hits, man. We got on the road with Vanilla Ice. We toured with Ice about 6 months. This is when he was hot now, hot.
Right.
You know, we kind of missed that whole R&B lane. You know, our record company was a pop label that was blowing up, like Wilson Phillips and Vanilla Ice and Tracy Chapman, and it was Riff. So, you know what I mean? We ended up signing the SBK record. They loved us. Charles Copperman, Donald Rubin, Blasek Kitson, you know, Daniel Glass. These people, they made it happen for us over there at SBK Records, man. We had a great time, man, and that's how journey started right there.
Definitely. I want to shout out Tranissa. Thank you for coming in. Red Top, appreciate you shouting out. Now, how did who wrote the songs for y'all? Did you have other individuals in the groups that wrote, or how did they get started writing?
You mean this for the first project?
For the first project, and also too, going forward, did y'all have a group of individuals that used to sit and write for y'all, or did y'all sit and write with each other about the songs that was going to be made?
Oh no, man. The first album, man, we didn't have no say. You know what I mean? Like, our manager Skip had written like 3 songs that made the project, that was produced by, you know, some producers out in LA. But he had wrote, you know, songs that we knew, you know, because we sang them all the time with him. And but as far as that project, our production company at the time was totally in charge of what came out of our mouth as far as that first project. Our second project that we did, the To Whom It May Concern album, given the privilege of writing a couple of songs with a group called The Flex, which was Darren Lighty, Eric Williams, and Cliff Lighty. They sang background on the LL Cool J song, I needed a roundaway girl. Them. So those guys, you know, they was writers at the time seeking a record deal. You know, Eric ended up going to sing for Blackstreet, You know, Cliff, Eric, and Darren Lighty, along with my boy D Damon, they ended up being great writers. They was writing for Jaheim and Usher, like all of their big hits and stuff like that. So we started writing on the second project. We got a chance to start doing some of our own writing. As a matter of fact, I think like that's what caused us our demise all past the second album, because we wanted to do more writing, and our record company at the time thought that we should, we didn't want to hear it at that time, but had we listened, we'd have been in better shape. Like I think like because Jodeci and Boys and Men, we had came out the same time Jodeci and Boys and Men came out.
Right.
So at that time, music was changing. Jodeci and Boys and Men was mollywopping like straight up the airwaves. Puffy had Jodeci on fleek, and Mike Biv had Boys and Men on fleek, and it was riff. You know what I mean? We kind of, we wanted to make that change. And our record company saw at the time where we could make that change. But at the time, we had got, wind that we can write songs and stuff like that there. Cats didn't want nobody writing no music for us at the time. See, we was young. We didn't know.
Right.
But they had cleared it for David Foster to come in and do our whole project. We had went in, and David Foster is one of the biggest producers on the planet. You have to understand this. He done wrote Whitney Houston, Celine Dion. He's worked with everybody under the sun, everybody. Grammy Award, he was one of the top writers. He was going to do our whole project. And Cats walked away. Was like, nah. We sat down with the Illuminati and they made the offer and we turned it down. We like, nah, we done. And then of course, we started, Riff took a break. Myself, Anthony and Dwayne Jones, we ended up going over to Sony MJJ Records and started, we joined the group Men of Vision. We signed to Michael Jackson's MJJ label under the tutelage of Teddy Riley. And we started working on the Men of Vision second project. And, it just goes on and on and on. That's where Nitty Greene was born. You feel me?
Yeah. Man, like I said, this is amazing. Shout out to Kimberly Isaiah with Starbuck Promotions. How you doing, Danielle Silva? Appreciate you typing in. But I want to get to the career of Mr. Nitty Greene, the start of him being a solo artist, stepping out on your own. You have a song called With Me.
Correct.
Did you have any writers with that, or who produced that song?
Oh, that's Rob McCoy all day. He's a writer. I did not write the song. I produced the song. I didn't write it though. Rob is a great writer, man. Great producer, great arranger. Me and him sat in the studio, and I gave him the track, and he was like, "I got something for you, Nick." He said, "Give me a couple days." He said, "I know you. I know what you like." He said, "I'm not going to disappoint." He said, "Give me a couple days." Sure enough, because Riff was in and out of his studio working on some stuff. We were putting out some records and stuff, but I wanted to try my hand at some music of my own. I've never done it. You know what I mean? I tried it, but I didn't go all the way in. It was time for me to try to go all the way in. It was time for me to, to really put my best foot forward with it. So yeah, I started trying to find the right songs. You know what I mean? Trying to find the right songs that fit me. And I did do some writing on, on with me, but Rob wrote the most of the song. And it's one of my songs, man, that I love to perform, and it's strong. And I think like with some radio, this is where you come in, my friend.
And I'm and I'm just want you to introduce it so I can bring it on in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is my single, With Me, from your boy Nitty Greene. Check it out.
Baby, you need you a man who is proud to tell the world that you're his one. Yeah, you need a man who's gonna tell the other girls who come around that you're his one. I know he broke you down all the way to the ground, made you feel like you were someone crazy. Lied to you, put the blame on you, although you got it red-handed. You're all I see, all I need. The air I breathe, I don't know if I can live without you. I'm down to ride when you're by my side. You can let your guard down with me, baby. With me. I need you to sit back and relax, baby. And stop getting mad at things that aren't even there, baby. Come on over here, baby. It's me. I ain't your ex-boyfriend. You're with a real man. Oh, now I believe that you really with me. So happy that you are mine. That ain't got time for no hoes. No, you ain't gotta worry about a woman coming to you as a woman. You're all I see, all I need. The air I breathe, I don't know if I can live without you. Down the ride when you're by my side. You can let your guard down with me, baby. With me. I know he did you wrong, crying all night long, asking all along, what did I do wrong? Girl, it wasn't you, nothing you could do. I'm not him, I promise. You're down with me, baby. You're down with me, baby. You're down with me, baby. You're down with me, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, that inspired the comments, man. Somebody even asked to play it again because you know I'm gonna play it again. Now, shout out to Rock the Block DJs in the building. My man, Big Boy John, is in the building, man. Definitely gonna get that to you, bro. Shout out to all the DJs that's definitely chiming in. Yo,
yes. Shout outs to all you DJs, man. Please.
Definitely.
Support your boy Nitty Greene, man.
Definitely support Nitty Greene. That was fire, bro. Like,
thank you, brother.
Serious, man. That's man.
Hey, man. You know, again, like I said, I gotta send shout outs to my boy Rob McCord. You know what I mean? Like I said, we sat down and created something especially for Nitty Greene. You know what I mean? And we went in, man. I produced a video with my man G-Lock. And, we put out there, man. And, and it's funny, man. Like now, because the music industry has changed so bad, you know what I mean? From, when we were doing it, streaming now and stuff like that, I appreciate it, you know what I mean? But, I wish we had the support that, that we used to have, like where, radio, pick it up, play it, people get a chance to hear it all over. But I'm not mad at how it is right now. Everything is direct. So I appreciate the DJs right now, man. It's you guys. You guys are the ones, man, that can, make Nitty Greene hot right now, man. And straight up, I'll be coming to your city, mollywhopping these buildings. So let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
I was going to ask you,
Mhm.
how has it been for us music? How you seen the music transition from going to buying CDs to now is streaming and being more of an independent artist and taking control of the direction that your music is going in?
I mean, it's fun, you know what I mean? But that support, man, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? I think in that financial dollar, I want to say like back in the day when you did a project, like you would go out to the plants where they actually package these things up before they go out, and you get to talk to the people, man, that really help put the thing together, man. You visit the radio stations, man. It's crazy, man. You go to the record stores, you go down there, man, and you do in stores. These things that used to be called in stores. You go in there, the artists go in there,
Mhm.
and it's a one-on-one
Right.
thing, with the fans. Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's a different time. Um, it's still kind of one-on-one, you know what I mean? But it's different the way they're doing it today. You hardly get nothing on the streams. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You don't really get nothing. You know what I mean? So if you don't love the music, man, don't do it, because it's really, really, it's harder now. It may seem easy to go in, do it, put it out, but you're getting really nothing on these streams, man. I don't know why they're doing it like that, but whatever, man. Like, it's, I look at it like this, though. I think the best part that I like about it is that people get a chance to hear you faster and decide right then and there if they fuck with you, man. You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
yo, I like this guy. I'm gonna rock with him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna support him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna support him so much that, I'm gonna turn him on to the DJs playing his stuff. We're gonna get Nitty Greene here in the city perform, because you know how he is on stage. He's a gorilla. You know what I mean? On stage, he gets busy.
Mhm.
I like that part of it, man. You know what I mean? And people get a chance to see and hear me for me, where maybe the record company didn't see me as a solo artist. They saw me just being as a
Right.
part of the group. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I don't know. I'm just saying this. They get to see another side. So I appreciate the way it is right now to a certain point. But you can't. I just want to say this. Like, if you're looking at it, I'm going to do music, I'm going to get rich.
Mhm.
Man, it's hard. It's harder now. It's harder. You got to
Yeah.
really put your grind down. You got to make friends. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? And like
Definitely the
straight
network.
up be networking your behind off. And you're going to spend some money. If you're coming into this thinking that you're going to make money, and this is for the artists that's out there right now. If you're coming into this game thinking that you're going to make money the first 5-6 years, man, forget about it, man. Like, don't even start it. It's a
Mhm.
business. It's a business. You got to put the grind all the way in to see the results, man. It's gonna take time. Don't give up.
Mhm.
If you really love it, don't
Definitely.
give up.
Definitely. And I was going to ask you, at being an independent artist and reinvesting your money into your craft. And as we spoke about English promotions behind the scenes, how much is it necessary to have someone like Lisa in your corner, a marketing team in your corner to get your music out there, to get you on different platforms so people can see Nitty Greene in these different areas?
Well, I think Lisa English Promotions is God sent. You know what I mean? Me and you was talking
Mhm.
before, like how she doesn't take on anybody and everybody. She has to like what they doing, and I'm so happy that she reached out to me and took a liking to me. So
Mhm.
it's a blessing. You have to have a team that believes in you. You know, you have to put together your team. You know what I mean? And Lisa is, like I said, like it's crazy because I just went through a situation where, like, I had to rebuild my team. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So she reached out to me, man, and I watched her, the way she moves, she shakes, and I watch how she do things, and I love what she do. I'm just happy to be a part of what she's doing, man, and I'm so proud and happy that she took a liking to me.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? As a person, man, she's always trying to push me and put me in the right areas.
And
So it's important, bro. It's important.
definitely, man. It's a beautiful situation. Just a few conversations I've had with Lisa, and some of the things that I've seen is amazing to me. How she works and how she invests in her artists. But I'm not even gonna sit here and hold you much longer. I'm finna play. I'm finna play that with me again.
That's what's
That
up, man.
that joint is fire.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you,
So
brother.
for all of y'all who didn't get a chance to hear it in the beginning, here it is right now. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. And also DJ Big Boy, definitely Rock the Block DJs, got 31 DJs, and every last one of them gonna get this song right here.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
You need you a man who is proud to tell the world that you're his one. Yeah, you need a man who's gonna tell the other girls who come around that you're his one. I know he broke you down all the way to the ground, made you feel like you were someone crazy. Lied to you, put the blame on you, although you got it red-handed. You're all I see, all I need. The air I breathe, I don't know if I can live without you. I'm down to ride when you're by my side. You can let your guard down with me, baby. With me.
Hey.
I need you to sit back and relax, baby. Stop getting mad at things that aren't even there, baby. Come on over here, baby. It's me. I ain't your ex-boyfriend. You're with a real man. Now believe that you really could be. So happy that you are mine. That ain't got time for no hoes. No, you ain't gotta worry about a woman coming to you as a woman. You're all I see, all I need. The air I breathe, I don't know if I can live without you. So I'm down to ride when you're by my side. You can let your guard down with me, baby. With me. I know he did you wrong, crying all night long, asking all along, what did I do wrong? Girl, it wasn't you, nothing you could do. I'm not him, I promise. You're down with me, baby. You're down with me, baby. You're down with me, baby. You're down with me, baby.
Oh yeah.
That right there is fire.
You gotta hear you have to hear the extended version. It goes hard, man. It goes hard,
Yo,
man.
my thing is that right there goes super hard right there, man.
Thank
And
you, brother.
you know, it has a message in it that a lot of people I hope they catch, because a lot of times in relationships, individual, you have to prove that you're not the guy prior to.
That's right,
You know what I'm
brother.
saying? For a person to give you a chance.
Right.
Man, and you put it all in music, man, as a message. So that can help some of these guys out when they going through what they're going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I try to do, man. I try to put myself out there where like a woman can be like, oh, okay, he's nice. You know what I mean? I like him. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You gotta make it. You gotta put your heart on it, man. And yeah, I just appreciate the response. Everybody that hears my music, man, they really like it, man. It's just we gotta get it to these DJs, man, and let the DJs get it and take it to the next level, man. I promise you, man.
Definitely
I'm
like
not gonna disappoint, man. I'm definitely in the studio now, like working on finishing up some brand new stuff that's just I'm going to the next level. I'm going to the next level because I'm working with some incredible producers as well that like see that seen where I am and they love it. So
right.
it's like I'm working with some producers, man, that's like real heavy. And we're gonna put the visuals to it, man. My visuals always gotta be correct.
Mhm.
And we just gotta have fun, man. We gotta have fun. And I really can't get enough of the team, the people that is around me, man, that's supportive, that want us, that believe in me.
Right.
You know what I mean? That believe in me and that just keep pushing, and be like, yeah, man, your voice is great, you know what I mean? Your swag is still there. Bro, keep going. And I love to see that when they say, yo, keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing with your solo stuff. Keep doing riff. You know what I mean? Keep doing Men of Vision. It's music, bro. That's all it is. Music.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, like, shout out to my man DJ T Money in the building.
Mhm.
Rock the Block DJs have it's 31 of some of the baddest DJs nationally, internationally, and they checked in. All of them, you know what I'm saying, are great DJs, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to ensure that you're going to get them spins. People going to hear the music. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up, man. That's what's up. I appreciate it, man. I'm feeling great right now. You're hyping me, sir.
No, man, my thing is this here, like seriously, that song with me is major right now. Like
Thank you, man.
you talking about, some people talk about a hit, like that was it. Like when you was in the studio doing that, did you think that that was gonna be a hit? Like
I
because it's a
mean,
banger. Like I'm not even gonna hold you, it's a banger. Everybody in the comments know it's a banger. You know what I mean? So did you have that feeling after it was done?
I mean, when we were recording the record, I definitely like I got videos like of like when I was in the studio cutting it. It's gonna be in a documentary that I'm gonna put together. But yeah, man, you could see it in my face, like when we were putting it together, man, and we putting the extended version together, man, and the live version, and word play, different word play, and putting the harmonies to it. Yo, it's incredible. When it was a rap, I'm like, this is hot. This is gonna be one of the ones, man. I think that the ladies is going to really enjoy. I'm trying to go for the ladies. You know what I mean? I want to speak
Sure.
for the
Mhm,
men that really love their ladies. You know
mhm.
what I mean? That's the angle that I'm going for right
Definitely.
there.
Man, you can hear it in the music. You know what I mean? You can hear
Thank
it
you,
in the
man.
music. And being like, you know what I mean, we from the same time period, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? We come from love making music, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Uh, dating music, you know what I mean?
Right.
That music that you use to introduce yourself to ladies and going out with the ladies. So when it comes down to your EP that you're coming out with or you have out right now, is that the direction of your EP
Yeah,
to
man.
rekindle, you know what I'm saying, those type of relationships?
I mean, I'm cut from, I love today's music. I
Mhm.
love Neo. I love Chris Brown. I love those artists, man. These artists, you know, I love a lot of the women singers like Tori Kelly and Jessie J. You
Mhm.
know, I love those
Mhm.
artists, man. I definitely gonna try to be authentic to the love. You know what I mean? I want to speak volumes to that right there because we need that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like the agenda, I think, like for the music industry for a while now has been sex driven.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Real strong sex driven. You know, back in the day, when I was growing up, they talked sex. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's a way that they did it.
You had
That
wordplay. You had game. You
come
know what I'm
on,
saying?
man. They was talking their stuff. And prime example, man, like I think it's the old days. They had the song called Stairway to Heaven. A lot of people, like if you listen to the song,
Right.
I'm telling you right now, he's talking about getting it down. You understand me? But you didn't know unless you like really put your thinking cap on. You just got caught up in the hook.
Yeah.
Stairway to heaven. You straight up got caught up into that right there. So I'm
Right.
taking formulas like that, like with me. You know what I mean? I'm getting you stuck into that right there.
Uh-huh.
But the verses, the wordplay, I'm trying to be very clever at what I'm talking about, man, and like to make people think about it and be like, yo, I like what he's saying. You know, it's just not I'm not coming straight. I'm not saying, listen, I'm saying I'm sticking to the love for sure and relationship. You know what I mean? That's where I'm going with it.
Definitely. Peace to the God Shaquan. Now,
Mhm.
when we talk about your music and we talk about our period in time, we talk about the wordplay. You had to think about it. You had to be able to say something that they didn't hear before. And you know what I mean? Because if you notice every time you approach a lady or whatever the case may, she says she's heard it all before, she heard this, she heard
Yeah.
that. Because everything is like you said, it's hypersexual in the
Mhm.
music. So with this song right here, Why Me, it is a message to the ladies. It is giving them a chance to really pay attention to the guy that's trying to be with them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm trying to tell her, man, listen, you know, this is the type of man that she needs. That's not a shame of her. You know what I
Right,
mean? I'm gonna be in the room, be like, yo, this is my honey. You
right,
understand what I'm saying? The
right,
ladies, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about another chick coming up being like, yo, he was just like twisting me out the other day. Like you
right,
don't have to
right.
worry about none of that, man. That's not who I am, B. You know what I
Definitely,
mean?
definitely, definitely be in a room full of ladies, and the only person you can see is her, right?
Yeah, come on, son. You gotta let them know. This is my flavor. You know what I mean? I love the ladies, but
This is what it is.
I'm a one lady show, man. I'm trying to bring that back. You know what I mean? Listen, I love it when women want it though. Don't get it twisted. I'm out there. I'm trying to mollywop that first 3-4 rows.
Uh
I want them to think I'm hollering at them. You feel me?
huh.
Like he's talking to me. You feel me?
Definitely,
I
definitely.
need him. That's it, baby. That's what it is.
Yo, man, I'm gonna tell you, it's crazy. It's, it's crazy, man. Yo, this has been wild because an hour don't seem to go by this fast, and
Right.
it has. You know what I'm
Uh
saying?
huh.
And I want to give you an opportunity where you could tell the people where they can see you at, where they can get your music. You know, because man, listen, this here is great. You know what I mean? This is a
I
great
got you.
interview, man. And I appreciate you. And if you can hang out for like 2 minutes after the show, you know what I'm saying? I would love that so we could chop it up for a hot second.
You got it, man. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you for tuning in. You know what I mean? I told you if you tune in, you're gonna get the best interviews and the music right here. You
Right
know
here.
what I mean? So I told you.
Definitely.
So you can reach Nitty Greene at Nitty Greene. That's everything. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You know what I mean? You can get all of my music on all of the digital platforms. Just punch up Nitty Greene, and you can get it attached to me. You can go on YouTube, subscribe to my page, and check out what's coming. And then every Sunday night, if you're not doing nothing, I have my own podcast along with our producer, Danielle. We call her D, the beautiful D. We got my little brother, Little Pie. We have a podcast called Vibe Sessions where we talk life, love, and music. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Stop through 7:30. Come check us out, man. And stay tuned. You know what I mean? We may have some new music from Riff, and we may have some new music from Metavision. We don't know yet. You know, we're still talking about it. So, but you know, keep us in your prayer.
Definitely.
But you're definitely gonna get new music from me. I'm saying it right now. You feel me? It's coming.
You heard them right now. But also, too, before we chap out, right? This will be replayed on PSUO on Live 365, 82.3 out of Columbus, Ohio. This interview here. Also, too, the music that you heard tonight with me is definitely going to be on our radio station, Real2reel360 on Live 365.
Yes, love it. Thank you.
And every DJ that I got their email is going to get a copy of that music. Trust and believe. You know what I mean?
Man.
And shout out to English Promotions, man.
Yes, shout out to Lisa. Yes.
And shout out Lisa, man, because you're doing a great job.
Yes, he is.
Shout out to all individuals who chimed in, who checked in tonight, man. Yo, right now, we're going to take a step out and we're going to make it happen. Real2reel360. My man.
360.
My man. Yo, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tap in with you on Sundays just like everybody else should. Make sure that y'all tap in with the brother and they podcast so they can, you know what I'm saying, show them the love because I'm going to be there. My brother's going to be there. And that right there, that's his family going, you know what I'm saying, going forward. So anything that we could do, just let us know. Bring you back on at any given time. We just a phone call away, fam.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And I'm sending prayers up for Mom Dukes, man. I hope she's feeling better.
Definitely. Big bro holding it down, man. Definitely.
Yes,
K-Wise, man. Love you, big bro. Peace. We're going to definitely give you up out. Let's do it.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing and tell a friend and keep sharing because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K-Wise, brother, take us up out of here, son.
True indeed. I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and earth. To all the human families on the planet Earth, I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness to you. To peace, the man, woman, and child of the you and I verse. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe so we continue to grow to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time I end it.